Hello, today we are walking through and reviewing Wind Swells by Sonic's Cinema. We previously actually looked at their string swells, and I am going to be doing another video on it because there's been a huge update which has added some game-changing features, in all honesty, and those features are also included within this Wind Swells, and we'll get into those in a moment. But the intro offer is £119. There is an affiliate link in the description that helps support the channel, so if you buy this, a little bit of that goes back towards me. But nevertheless, this will be an honest walkthrough and review, and I'll let the samples, in all honesty, speak for themselves. So what are we actually getting with this product? Let's jump into Contact Player because it does work within the Contact Player, and I am using Contact Player 6. So, well, the full version of Contact, but it will work within Contact Player 6, which is nice. You don't need the latest edition of Contact. Have I mentioned it works within Contact? Anyway, so what are we getting with this? Well, we're getting Normale, we're getting Molto Vibrato, Pulsing Air, and Flutter. Those are basically the articulations included. And what's really nice, one of the big updates, is this legato mode. So when I'm hitting the swell, if I'm changing notes while it's within the bars, because you can set it to how long you want, half a bar to 4 bars, at any time within that, if you're on one of the legato modes while you're playing it, it will continue that swell with that next note, the swell going in and out, which that wasn't there before. Really nice feature. Another one of the new features is this fact, and well, with the string one it's slightly different. With the woodwind one, you can go in and turn the tongue on, so instead of there being like a retongue, or in the case of strings a rebow, you can completely remove that and have the whole swell in one sound instead of the sound of, well, retonguing or bowing. Really nice added feature, and again you can turn that on and off. And the third and final big thing is right down at the bottom. You might not actually see it, it's quite small on the screen, but you've got singles, pairs design, and then a high quality mode, which is for the beefier computers, because when you're time stretching, this does match to the tempo of your track. It can feel a bit stretched, but with the high quality mode you don't get that, I can promise you that. So without further ado, let's actually jump into the sounds of this library specifically. We're going to start with the Normale legato, and we are going to go for retongue for now. We will turn it off to show you. I am going to up it to 4 bars so we can have that full effect, and let's get some audio demos going. One thing I will note, and you'll see it there with the 4 bars in the legato mode, if you want it to almost have this continuation, you are going to have to turn it off or use one of the other ones, because as you saw right at the end, I wasn't quite at the full 4 bar. I hit a note, and yes, it transferred over, but it kind of just faded, and it's like maybe I wanted a continuation. So it's kind of the love-hate relationship you're going to have with this legato mode. You're either going to have the legato and that change within the swell, or you're going to have to turn it off and have that continuation. But the fact that you have those options is absolutely amazing. And you can see there just the effect the legato mode has. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing. And these sounds are absolutely gorgeous as well. It is an ensemble. You do not have individual instruments. And I love the 4 bar. I think my favorite is probably still 3 bars. It just feels so much easier with that legato mode to have this continuing flowing sort of sound with a melody almost in there as well, or at least some harmony. So let's turn the tonguing off. So we're going to go there and no tongue, and just have a see how that sounds. So that's there as well. You can have no tongue, you can have tongue. Personally, I really like the tongue effect, but that could be completely different for you, or maybe a different piece I compose. Now, what's nice, again, right at the bottom here in red, we have our different articulations. So we can just simply hit a key switch if I go to the right place and change it to the next one, Molto Vib, with the retongue on. And it's nice that you can simply see whether it's on or off there. I really like that. Also a lovely color. I love this blue. That's a side note. Let's see how this one sounds. And we can lay off the dynamics a little bit using the mod wheel if you're feeling it's a little bit too much, as I was there. I'm going to move that down to 2 bars because I feel like I'm playing a bit faster on this one. Right, let's look at the mix quickly because we do have mic positions and I'm feeling it's very, very close, which it is. And what's nice, we have this proximity knob, which you will see on the global one as well. So you can either mix your own, or we have these lovely 4 mic positions to drop this further back. So even though we have that close, intimate sound, we can have this beautiful, natural, distant sound and take the reverb completely off, so we have some honest mic positions here. I love that. It just has such a natural room sound. That's what I love about mic positions, is you can negate the reverb and just have a natural space. But that's Molto Vib. Let's now move on to the pulsing tongue, which I think, is it that? Nope, octave lower. There we go, pulsing tongue. Believe, let's go no tongue for this one. We're going to go 1 bar. Mess with the mic positions a little bit here and maybe put it a little bit more in the middle. Let's extend that to 4 bars. It's a really nice effect, these pulsing ones. Just get this continuation. I feel if we actually turn the proxy right at the back, just the ambient mic. What's their mix sound like? This is, of course, you can mix it yourself, but they do have their own dedicated mix over here. So if we mute that, solo their dedicated mix, how does this one sound? Quite balanced. I do like their mix, and it's nice having those options of you can mix it yourself, do what you want, have it out of the box, or use their mix. You're getting quite a bang for your buck, in all honesty, especially since I think this one is half the price of the string swells as well. And in all honesty, I'm going to say this, I think strings are slightly overrated, and this product really makes me want to use woodwinds more. I'm loving the quality of these samples. Probably going to get some backlash there saying strings are overrated, but hey ho. Let's move into our next articulation. I will note I am using the legato for all of these. You can go in and use the non-legato one, and I guess I should show you that as well. Hey, why not? Let's do that with the air one. Let's reload a patch. So we're going to go air, no legato. And we'll have the retongue on, because I really do like that with the woodwinds. Although I'm wondering how much effect it has, especially as something like pulsing, where it's already like doing that sort of thing. We're going to go a bit more mid with our mix. Take off the reverb. Stick with 2 bars. Ooh, nice effect there. Actually, I almost feel that would work nicer closer with a little bit of decatry, mid, I should say. Yeah, basically a decatry. And what happens if we turn the tonguing off? Remember, this is the legato off. You can almost have this swells coming in and out of each other with that. Again, options. I'm loving the fact that we have them. Really beautiful sound and quite the range as well. Quite a mix of things there. You can go for that high piccolo sound or that more low broody bassoon sound, or counter bassoon I think is there. At least that's what I'm hearing. Really, really, really nice range. I think it's definitely time now to move on to our final articulation, although there is plenty more to be looking at. We haven't even started talking about the mapping or the gate, which is not my favorite feature of this, but it's there. Again, I keep saying it. This library gives us a lot of options, and then credits, tech specs, all that bits and bobs there. And we do have some multi-patches I want to look at in a bit, so don't go away yet. So Flutter, let's move on to that. I have noticed as well, actually, clicking it doesn't change it, although I believe if you hit the little bit at the top, you can have multiple ones and create your own pairs, which they do have a whole patch full of them for you there, and some designed sounds as well. Lots to go through. Let's just look at the Flutter. I actually do want to flick between retongue and no tongue to see what the difference is. I'm going to keep that mix. Going to go up to 3 bars and just hit a chord. This is no legato as well. Ooh, nice bit of oboe there. Okay, what's the no tongue sound like? Ooh, nice fade off there. I cut off a little bit. What's good? Could have just been my playing though, or the fact I released a bit of a cut off. I'm not noticing as much with this one that I'm wanting more release. With the string swells, I wanted more release. With this one, I feel they've tuned it a little bit better, and they've definitely learnt from these string swells, and this honestly is a product I will happily recommend so far, and we still haven't dived deep into this, and I honestly feel we're barely scratching the surface of what this can do. There is EQ there as well, and plenty to mess around with the effects, but I actually want to dive into making some of my own pairs. We're kind of already doing it there. I'm going to put Normale on. I like the Flutter, a bit of air, and in the mapping, I'm just going to cut. I want the high end of the air. I want the low end of the Flutter. Normale can have a little bit of everything, and we're going to fade it in there, fade it in there, and then mic position wise, something like that. Let's go 4 bars. I'm just loving what you can do to this. There's so many options. And I think that's the main thing I'm getting out of this, is the flexibility of this library and just the different things you can do and the way you can mix these sounds together and use this mapping tool to create some really unique and interesting effects. Let's see what pairs they actually have. I'm going to pluck one randomly out and have a look at see what they've done. Molto Vib and Flutter. Mapping wise, they've not done anything to it. I guess they're leaving that open to you. And everything, as you might be able to see there, has a legato alter ego. So you can pick and choose what you want to do there. Designed ominous. I like the sound of that. I love it, just out of the box. That is awesome. I much prefer this one to the string swells for some reason. I don't know, it just has this wispy, unique sound to it that I feel I can go in and edit and do so much more with it. And even out of the box, it's sounding great, worthy. What is this one? And just there, we went from this atmospheric, misty sound to something in your face, that harsh, woodwindy sound that can almost, I feel like, be hard to get from a bog standard woodwind library. This is nice. I will leave the rest for you to find out if you've purchased this product. What else do we have? We have the high quality mode, which I'm just within contact. I'm not in a DAW, so I can't show you that. But if you do want to see it, I'll happily do another video on it, or show you in the String Swells updated video. But I feel we've got to have a look at some of these multis. They were some of my favorites from the String Swells library. So I feel what I've seen already, these are going to have to blow me away. I will warn you with some of these combinations, they do take a little bit to load. I've got quite a juicy computer, I would say, and that took a good minute to load these 3 patches. Let's just see what happens. You know what? I think I prefer the actual just Joe Blog single patches and paired, because there's so much I feel you can just, this is the sound, go in, edit it, do what you want with it. These combinations, this one at least to me is a little bit too much. I could be wrong, some of the others could be a lot better, but again, I think we're going to have to leave it there, although I would feel bad if I didn't actually show you the gate. So I am going to show you that quickly, and then we're going to call it quits. So the final feature I'm going to show you is this gator. I don't like it, but you might like it, so I'm going to show you it anyway. So it's normally off. I think for some of probably the designed patches, you can see that it says gator. So there is some actually that it is more meant for. So I think I should actually play one of those to better show it you than a random one. So gator, you can see it's on. Creates things like that. Pretty simple. And what's nice, you probably see there's a little bit of green there right at the end on the keyboard. That turns it on or off, I think. Or at least it does when it's actually turned off there. So there you have it. If you want a gator, little added feature that I personally don't use, but you might like, and there's random other bits you can add on there. But in summary, this is a really nice Swells library, and if you're looking for something that's flexible, that has options, and a company that actually listens to the people as well, like honestly, I couldn't believe how big the update was to string swells, and the fact that, you know, it all came bog standard with the woodwind as well. They listen to their people. So if there's anything you don't quite like or anything you want to see, leave a comment. I'm sure the developers will see it. I'm very impressed with this, and I'm looking forward to what comes next. I'm betting you it's probably brass swells. Have they done that yet? There's chamber swells, so it probably will be brass swells. But links in the description, affiliate link. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you in the next video.